Hey, welcome to another edition of Local Focus here in our beautiful studios in Albuquerque. I'm Sebastian Noel, your host. Special show today. Before we get to that, I want to talk about a couple of things. I was reading in the paper this morning that the NBA might be changing its season to a shorter season and throwing a tournament in the middle, maybe some kind of tournament at the end for the 8th place game, which I don't know if you read about that, but that was a little strange to me. It's like when the NMAA tries to change things. You know, when you have a basketball tournament that's perfect and the pit's full, but you want to tinker around the edges. So yeah, I don't know about that. And our director Josh tells me that there's another show at the network here that has stolen our set almost entirely. The desk, the chair, the guest chair, all stolen. You know, you can steal the set, but you can't steal the magic. That's the key. All right, we have a special guest today. He was a fantastic quarterback and also a fantastic basketball player, one of the best defenders in the state of New Mexico. And later in the show, he's going to try to throw some footballs in our upstairs window, but we'll get to that. Jake Deatherage is my guest. Jake, welcome to the show, man. Hey. It's good to finally get you in.
It's nice to be here.
Man, what a year you had. First, do you want to go through your senior year a little bit?
Well, my senior year was kind of my only year to show everyone what I could do. So I just had to make sure that I took full advantage of it. And, I've been working hard since I was a little kid for this. So when I finally got my opportunity, it was just nice to go out there and do my thing. So
now I got to come clean, man. I was the last person in the office to jump on the Jake Deatherage train. I got to admit that. I'm going to be honest with you. But Jason was first. Then Adam got the bug, and I didn't come around till the end. But I made up for it because I was the first on the bandwagon in basketball. I was the first. So that, you got to forgive me, right? I was first on the bandwagon for basketball. But you guys started the season, obviously, with a rough game. But then you just got it rolling. I mean, talk about how everything clicked.
For football or basketball?
Yeah, football.
Oh, yeah. Well, La Cueva is, I just kind of got my pregame jitters out. Right. And then after that, we kind of just started flowing better in practice, working hard, and our offense got clicking, and it was super fun. We just had fun out there, and it made it look easy, so it was fun.
You guys did make it look easy. It seemed like as the season wore on, just more and more and more ran through you, where by the end of the year, it was just the Jake Deatherage show, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're whether it was the passing offense or, I mean, it seemed like you got to do more and more as the quarterback in the season. Is that something that just kind of happened naturally? Is that something that Coach Wallen and his staff and you kind of talked about from week to week? Take us through that.
Well, it's just my teammates put a lot of belief and trust in me to lead them, and I used them to the best of my ability, and it wasn't just all me. My teammates helped me out, a lot throughout the whole season. I had a great receiving crew, I had a great offensive line, a great running back. I had 4 great running backs that kept rotating in and out. So they just made it really easy for me to, just do my job.
Is this the best collection of talent you've had around you?
Oh, yeah.
Your senior year? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about playing in that district, because obviously that has to be pretty tough. I mean, even if I know Ciebola's record is what it was, but I was always pretty impressed with Ciebola, their quarterback in particular. So really, there's no off night in that district. I mean, talk about when you have to line up every week against Cleveland, Rio Rancho, teams like that. It seemed like you guys had a very tough schedule.
Yeah, but that's me and my team. That's where we strive. Is when we have the best competition. When we played against Cleveland, 2 games we put up over 1,000 yards against them, and over 12 touchdowns. So that's just the higher the competition, the higher we raise our competition, our level too, and we just go out there and play to the best.
The less defense. Right?
That's right.
Talk about a little bit of playoff start. You get a district rival in Ciebola. Obviously, if you're playing in that district, you're going to see someone from your district in the playoffs, right? And there seemed to be a lot of chatter that maybe this was the year. This was the year Volcano could take the next step. Did you guys feel that pressure?
We talked about our goals at the beginning of the season, and I'm sure most teams share the same goal, and we just worked hard for it. We got to Ciebola, we knew that they had nothing to lose, and we had everything to lose, so we just had to make sure that we took care of our business, didn't get into anything scrappy with them, stayed humble, stayed focused on our main goal, and we got to Ciebola, we just took care of business. So.
Well, since you said that word scrappy, you gave me the opening for this question. Then I'm going to go ahead and ask it.
Okay.
Did you guys, as a team, kind of know that the rep of your team coming in, that maybe sometimes there is a loss of focus. You know, you guys maybe were willing to engage in some scrappy stuff that would lead to some dumb penalties. Is that kind of something you guys heard that chatter? Was it a focus that, hey, we can't, this year that's got to be eliminated? Take us through that from the inside.
Well, you know, Coach Wallen did a great job on making sure that we were just focused on playing football and we don't get caught up, because we knew that they were going to try to take us out of our game in any way they could. And we just had to stay focused on playing football and having fun and making sure that everything was just focused on winning the game.
Coach Wallen, he did seem to always tell Adam and myself that this was the year, this was the team that had the leadership piece, the accountability piece. Talk about that. What was different?
Just it was more of our team. Everyone on our team was focused on the same goal. We didn't have anybody that was trying to hold us back. We didn't have any cancers on the team. Everyone was ready. Everyone was focused. Everyone, you know, held each other accountable, and we led each other. And just it was mostly, you know, the players were the leaders of the team. So.
But you guys still had that moxie, that bravado. Where does that come from? I know you're always a pretty quiet guy when I'm with you in person, but I know in the field you have the moxie. Where does that come from? It seemed like you guys always had a pretty nice swagger to you.
Just having fun, you know. I've been playing football my whole life just to have fun, and it's just about going out there and playing the game, and it's nothing more than a game. And if you just have fun, everything's gonna work out for you. So.
Final game of the season. Talk about that.
Against Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, we put up a lot of points in that game, but so did Cleveland, and you know, it's just kind of like an offensive shootout the whole game, and we got outscored. So.
But as I recall, that didn't kind of happen towards the end, right? So I mean, you were right there. What's going through your mind on the field at that point? Are you just so focused where you're thinking, hey, we could win a shootout with these guys, or are you thinking, man, it's the first defense to make a stop, probably going to win? What's going through your mind in that game?
You know, I was hoping for a stop, because when we go on offense, you know, we would put up a score, and then they would go on offense and they put up a score. So you know, it's just about whoever would get a stop first, and they got a stop on us first. So.
Is that kind of what you anticipated going into the game? Did you expect a high-scoring shootout? Can you really expect a game like that? I mean, it was pretty fun to watch.
Well, you know, I was very confident in our offense going into the game, and I didn't, you know, and I believed that their defense couldn't stop it, and you know, we put up 48 points, so that's all I can control.
Right, absolutely. Did you watch the championship, or I always am interested in this. Do players watch the championship after they're eliminated, or are they kind of just like, no?
I didn't watch it.
No, okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
And why is that? I noticed some players do and some don't.
Honestly,
at that point, are you just, you know, you're still disappointed? It's still an open wound at that point? Or?
Honestly, I had a basketball practice.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to basketball as well. We'll take a quick timeout. Come back with more of Jake Deatherage after this.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
We're back with Jake Deatherage, a Proview favorite for sure. I know Jason's not here today, but you're Jason's guy, that's for sure. And you know, Adam was giddy like a schoolgirl when he saw you walk in. He got his autograph book out. So I mean, that kind of shows you what we think of your skills here, man. And we're glad to have you. Before we talk and turn to basketball, you come from a pretty athletic family, so talk about that.
I have a twin brother, and he took second in the state tournament for wrestling. So, you know, me and him have always pushed each other.
When did that start?
When we were little kids, you know, we both started playing football, Mighty Mites, the earliest we could play. And my dad got us into it. And ever since then, we've just been pushing each other, grinding together. So, you know, I'm proud of him. He's proud of me. And it's just cool to have that connection with him.
At that young age, what sports did you all play?
We both played football, and then he wrestled and I played basketball.
Okay. So there was never that there was never the crossover in wrestling?
No.
So, but did he ever try to beat you up with wrestling moves?
Oh, yeah.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay. So, football-wise, what was the competition like there?
There wasn't really any competition. You know, we didn't play the same position ever. But, you know, we always played on the same team, obviously. But, yeah, we just helped each other and pushed each other and, you know.
Is it naturally competitive as a family?
Oh, yeah.
About it? I mean, what are some of the craziest things you guys have ever been competitive about?
I mean, we get competitive about everything, even the stupid little things.
Well, those are the things we want to know. The crazy stuff, the stupid little stuff.
Even, you know, who gets the first bowl of cereal, you know.
That's important. I mean, first bowl of cereal, that's important.
You know, you wake up in the morning, you're hungry, you got to get a bowl of cereal.
That's right. What else?
We both played linebacker all throughout Yaffle. So I guess we just try to, you know, compete who would get the most tackles and who would get the most sacks, most interceptions. You know, I've been competing with him all my life, but you know that's why I love him. So.
And when did he kind of take off? When did his wrestling take off? When did your football take off?
In high school is really when, you know, we started separating. He stopped playing football to focus on wrestling, and you know, I'm proud of him for that because, you know, he's a really super good wrestler now. So. But I loved playing 2 sports just because sports was my thing growing up. Like, I've never known anything else except sports. So, you know, I just stuck with football and basketball and tried to work as hard as I could in both. So. Well,
let's turn to basketball a little bit. I mean, this year, you had a phenomenal basketball year. And in that district, I would argue that district had the best 3 defensive players in the state with yourself, Amir, and DeMarcus.
Right.
So there's no off night any night. I mean, talk about that, just the competitiveness in that district.
Oh yeah. You know, Coach Brown always told us, you know, we do play in the hardest district, but that's what we want, and we don't want an easy road. You know what I mean? We want to challenge ourselves all the way out, all the way through the whole season. So playing in the toughest district really set us up well, and you know, made us learn, made us grow throughout the entire season.
Now, when the district season started, were you on people's radar already, do you think? So the season started with, you had DeMarcus with who was a defending Defensive Player of the Year. You have Amir, obviously, you know what you're getting there. And then there was you, and you probably didn't get the pub at the beginning of the season, but big shot after big shot after big shot. And then you're guarding the best guy. I mean, when did teams start game planning for you, basically?
Well, I don't think a team can game plan for me just because I'm on their best player. That's my role, is to make sure that their best player doesn't have a good game. And locking up, playing defense against David Patterson, playing defense against Jalen Munn, playing defense against Tyler Quintana. Those are some of the hardest guys to guard.
And when did you start getting the recognition and the acknowledgement maybe from them? I mean, when you started locking guys up this year, when did that start?
It started in practice. Just when we would do defensive drills, I would just make sure I worked my butt off because I wanted to embrace that role, and I wanted my own individual role on the team, and that was to, be that defensive stopper. So I really worked hard on it in practice.
Who's the first opponent that kind of gave you the acknowledgement? Hey man, you locked me up tonight.
I would say, I wouldn't say anyone told me that that I locked them up, but I always just told coach, let me guard this guy, and then eventually he just started, he just gave me that role, and he trusted me with that role to just guard the best player, and it was more of me asking him, is it okay if I guard this guy? Like, I want him today. So,
and
I guess it just started throughout the whole season in practice, me just asking him. So,
and it's funny that you mentioned that because we know Coach Brown's kind of substitution patterns, especially with such a deep team. But I mean, you weren't coming out very often.
Oh yeah.
If their guy was in, you usually stayed in. So where maybe it used to be substituting 5, maybe it went down to 4, and you stayed in and locked up that guy. That had to be pretty special that you became that guy on that team.
It was very special. I felt honored. Coach Brown trusted me, especially coming off the bench to start the year. I had to work my way up into the starting lineup, and him just trusting me with that role. And me going out and doing the best I can, not letting my team down. So. What
about that district? If we go through it, I mean, who's the toughest guy to guard in that district, in your opinion?
I would say David.
And what makes David Patterson so tough to guard?
Just that he can make the toughest shots. If I have a hand in his face, there's still a chance that he's going to be able to knock it down. So.
Did you think going into your senior year that somehow David would be leading the planet in dunks? Because I know that kind of caught all of us by surprise.
It did.
Right? So he got those hops. I mean, what did you do to kind of try to neutralize or take away David's strength?
Just get up in his face and, keep the pressure on him. And when he didn't have the ball, I just made sure that no one was going to pass him the ball. I held him to like 12 points the first time we played him. So.
Now talk about how special it is playing on that basketball team because, a lot of guys would probably average 25 points somewhere else if they're not at Volcano. But you guys, it's a complete team.
We had a bunch of great players that were unselfish with the ball. It wasn't about, I'm going to get my points, I'm going to get mine. If there's an open guy, we're going to get him the ball, trust him that he's going to make the best decision,
And, I mean, you guys played with a level of confidence being defending champions that was just off the charts. I mean, does that come from, being through the battles? Does it come from Coach Brown, a combination of all those things?
Oh, yeah, it comes from everything. Waking up in the morning at 5:30, going to practice and, working hard until 9:30, and spending the first 4 hours of your day just working hard. It really just prepares us well and gets us ready for every challenge that we're going to face throughout the whole entire season.
Now, the thing that's got to not be great about being on a super team like that, and is I'm going to mention my man Cesar Madrid. A guy like that getting just absolutely shafted at the end of the year when it came to all-star teams, end of the year award, things like that. What do you say to a teammate when hey man, this guy's a glue guy. He makes us go, and certain people aren't recognizing that. I mean, how do you console a teammate when it comes to that?
You just got to understand that, the way our team is, there's not going to be a standout player. We're kind of like the Spurs. We all do our part. We all do an equal role. We all have an equal role into our certain offense, our certain defense, and we work together and we're a great team. So.
But can teams win without glue guys like Cesar?
No.
I think those are the key guys, right?
Oh yeah, everyone needs a guy like him. Always pushing us, always making sure we're focused, always making sure we're working hard. He's a great guy for our team.
All right. All right, let's talk about Eastern New Mexico. How did that come about? Or when did it come about?
Shortly after the season ended, the coach from Cleveland, Coach Reinhauer, he put in a good word over there for me, and they called Coach Wallen, asked me if I was interested in going on a visit, and I said of course.
Right.
And I was super excited and went on my visit out to Portales. Loved the campus, loved the little town, loved the coaches, loved the environment, and just decided that's where I want to go to school. So.
How cool is it that an opposing coach from your district put in that phone call?
Oh, it's super cool. I felt blessed. After we lost to Cleveland in the playoffs, I was the last one out of the locker room. I was walking down the field crying, being a baby, and he came up to me and he caught me and he said, "Jake, are you interested in going to play college football?" And I was like, "I sure am." And he said, "Well, I'll give Eastern a great word for you." And I said, "Thank you very much. I appreciate it." And sure enough, they called me out to a visit and offered me. So.
But that's kind of how your senior year went. That is a perfect microcosm of Jake Deatherage. The skills, the results, what was happening on the field, it was too good to ignore. Right. So Coach Ridenour makes that call, Eastern makes the call, and now you're all set. So a ton of local guys going to be on that team, so that's got to be pretty cool too, right?
Oh yeah.
Talk about some of the guys that you know that are going to be there.
There's a bunch in the North-South All-Star game. There's my teammate Chris Gonzalez, Carrasco, the running back from Roswell, Julian, the quarterback, just a bunch of guys. The end from La Cueva, what's his name? Kendrick Wilford.
Right.
He's going to go there too. So, just a bunch of great athletes from New Mexico are going, so that's going to be fun.
It's fun for us to watch, to see guys that we've covered then go on to the next level. And, we get to watch some of their games, so that's certainly exciting. All right, we're going to take our final time out. We're going to head to the beautiful streets of Albuquerque, and we're going to see if Jake, if he's been, staying loose, got that arm still here in the summer. We'll be right back.
Dream Style Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dream Style Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dream Style Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Here we are in beautiful Albuquerque on Central, just outside our studio. Someone has appeared to have parked their home right in front of us here, so that's unfortunate. But we got 3 balls here, Jake. How many do you think you can make?
I'm going to go for all 3, but we'll see.
Now, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but this bit costs $30.
Okay.
So if this doesn't work out, we'll probably never leave the studio again.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right? All right. Adam Deal just was dying to make an appearance on the show. So he's across the street, and so you're aiming right at our camera in that window, all right? All right, here we go. All right, whatever you want to do. There's no pass rush from Cleveland coming, so you're good. Oh, all right. He's got the distance. Our director, Josh Brown, is upstairs. Here we go. Let's straighten that out. Oh, too strong. That one was looking good, though. Maybe we'll give you 3 more tries. Adam will run those over here. Oh! All right, let's get Adam to run those over here. And I feel like you're getting so close that this is going to happen. All right, Adam's just going to throw them, I guess. All right, here we go. We'll do 3 more attempts. All right, Jake, you're getting close. Oh, that one looks good. Yes! Number 4, there you go, my man, Jake Deathrich. He's taken that cannon to Eastern. And that's why we love Jake Deathrich. That's why Proview Networks is always going to be a Jake Deathrich house. Hey, thanks for watching, and tune in next week. You've been watching Local Focus.